Hello, hello, hello once again. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. How are you all doing? I hope all is well with you all, and I hope everyone is doing great. You had a great week, and today is Saturday, and it's the weekend. So hoping that your weekend will be great. So today, matter of fact, last broadcast, a lot of people loved it because it reminded them of something of the old time days. So I decided to do more of a cultural side of Trinidad and Tobago. All right, because soon next month is Carnival. So I decided to put together a little scenario on what Carnival is. So I hope that you all will sit back and relax and enjoy. All right, have something to eat, breakfast, tea, whatever it is, whatever you're doing, just enjoy it. All right, so my first poem, it's going to be on Cambole. Now, Cambole riots, this was something from the past, right? This was something from the early stages of Carnival. I believe it's a riot that happened back in the 18th century with the British and slaves where they were freed and they wanted to have Carnival. They wanted to enjoy, they wanted to rejoice, they wanted to come together and celebrate. And I think that it wasn't going to happen because there was a lot of riots and some people died and stuff. So every carnival, they reenact this, this story, and it takes place every carnival at 4 a.m. I remember getting up and going to it at 4 a.m. I used to live in Port of Spain, so Port of Spain is the capital city. So I would get up and I would go just to see the reenactment of it. And there was so many tourists, so many people came out to see this aspect of the Cambole riots. And it's really a nice and exciting thing to sit down and really view. It's like history. So I did a little piece on it, and I am going to recite it now. It's called the Cambole riots. Yes, this is the picture of it. So everybody will gather around and, and they will show there you see the woman blowing the fire, all right? There's other two pictures. This one, this is also part of it, and the other one. So I am going to recite my poem on it, and let's get my poem together. Okay, it's called Cambule. So, and it goes like this. So they want to stop the culture of the mass, but they don't know how far we came from. The batons ready to hit. Look out. Is war they want? Well, it's war they will get. Hey, we got to regroup in order to win. Listen, we are standing for our democracy. Cambule, Cambule, this is our culture. This is our land. Let us walk hand in hand. Cambule, Cambule, is now or never we fight. They're not out in our light. Cambule, Cambule, with drums and sticks in the air. The music created an atmosphere. Cambule, Cambule, to sing and shout for our freedom. We go chant and dance to our rhythm. Kamule, Kamule. They tried to kill us, but we fought. They tried to stop us. That's what they taught. Kamule, Kamule. The freed slaves won to keep their mass. The tradition must be known. It's culture and the greatest show on earth for all generations to remember. So that was the Cambole. It was a time of fighting for what you want to preserve, what you want to, come alive for all generations, to see and to know about your history of how Carnival really came about, how the soca music started, how the calypso started, So the Cambole riots took place, and it was really, really a nice experience, And actually being there, when I saw it for the first time, it brings a sense and a joy, a pride, I say, wow, did this really happen in Trinidad and Tobago? Could you believe that? We're fighting for something that is ours. You understand? This is ours. So, this is how mass was back in the days. So I hope you all enjoyed that and you enjoyed the poem. Now, I didn't really know I had a singing voice, but somehow I put it to the test, and I hope I did a great job. And also, as you can see, I changed my artwork. So this is like fire, representing the fire. The fire goes together with what I'm wearing. So I just thought it looked like carnival. It looked like the brightness and the sun and the, everything that goes with carnival, to enjoy the atmosphere, the friendship, the fellowship, the rhythm, the harmony, the getting together of people and culture. So now I put together some other pictures also, and I will be doing a poem on that. All right, so this is what we call the old time mass. All you remember these masks? All you remember these pictures? This is the first one, and we'll go to the second one. You see, traditional mass. This is how it was. This is what we know. This is what we remember. Remember the Indians. We remember the bats, the sailors. These are the times that we cherish, and really, really remember in our hearts. We'll go to the next one. You see, carnival. This is this lady enjoying herself, At that time, you're wearing clothes, but now, what do they have? Bikinis and beads, that's what you're seeing. But the mask from long ago was nice. I remember them time. I remember it because I used to sit in the savannah with my mother, and we would stay in the grandstand and watch the mask go across the stage. I surely remember them times, no matter what, it's culture, right? You see this other one. See the little child dress up, and there was also the children, kiddies carnival. Yeah, I remember standing up right by the side of the pavement, watching these children dance and enjoy themselves. So all these are memories and fun times, These are the sailors, and they always used to be throwing powder all over. When you look all over the place, it's white because it's only powder you're seeing. They're throwing powder on themselves, throwing powder on people, Right, and this is the other one. This is the other culture. This is the, those stilts that people do. This was part of, there was this popular mass man named Peter Minshall. He brought about these, stilts and all these nice little costumes, and everybody started to get into the feel of walking in stilts and walking high and with the costume and all these different things, So this is what this picture is. So now you see, we go into the steel pan. ping, 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 ping. Oh my God, when you hear a nice piece of steel pan music, you want to chip, chip, chip. And chip is just slightly dragging your feet. You're just dragging your feet and you just chip, 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 and you're just chipping behind the bands. You know, when you hear that sweet music of pan, those sticks make a combination of music that you will want to dance. And this is how the steel band looks. This is how they look. They have different, they have the tenor, they have the bass, they have different makes and style of pan, you know, but this is how it looks. They hook them up on these stands and they push them because they have wheels, so you can push them straight to the savannah, straight to the grandstand. That is where everything takes place. All right. So who remember the bats? Do you all remember the bats? I used to afraid I'm thinking, you know, I remember I used to run when you see them bats and them come out because this is the old time mass of bats and sailors and, you know, they still have sailors now in Carnival, but long time, these bats was the frightening part of it. You see, this is how the costume was. And the thing about it, they used to come up close to you. And I will digs off, meaning run. I will run. When I say run, run, right back to where my family was. I used to just run. I never used to stay around because they were so frightening. They were so frightening, you know. And these are the sailors. Only remember that? The sailors and them, they will be in the white and then they will have the powder and they will have the powder all over their face and their body. So these are the moments I remember for mass, you know. See, there's another sailor. They dress up in all these fancy costumes and it all shimmering and glitter and different colors and styles, you know. See, this is another one, another sailor. See him with the pipe and he enjoying himself. You see face all with powder. I never really noticed why they put the powder, but I know they have a saying, you can't play mass and free powder, right? Which is my maiden name. So I guess everybody wearing me, you know? So this is our next one. These are different, you know, pictures of these sailors. You see how nice they would look? They design the costumes however they want, you see? And they will be matched. You see all the different sequins and jewelry and all this fancy stuff. And you will just sit down there and watch these sailors. And then they had a certain dance that they would do with the stick. They hold the stick and they thing their foot and they, you know, do a little jig or something. But those were the masks I remember. And here they are again. You see how fancy they could be? They're fancy. Look at the hats. The hats have different, you know, some have different masks, scary masks, whatever. It's however you want to dress up your sailor hat, you can do it, right? So with that said, I had a poem on that. It's called The Greatest Show on Earth. And it goes like this. The greatest show on earth. The atmosphere so deep with the rhythm of true culture. The right time has come for the bands, the music to move your feet in this land. Watch the togetherness of the people, of life, of joy. We're ready, we're ready. I could feel it in my bones as the sun rises on this tropical island that comes from the earth. of past ancestors as they dance and sing, shaking hips and bam bam Lego. Feel it in your bones as the city comes alive. As we jump, as we chip, as we raise our hands in freedom. Look at Mass. This is Mass. This is our heritage. Remember the steel pan. Oh, the sweet music. Excuse me. Pan and stick come together to create melodies. It's chipping down the road. Behind a band. Feel the vibration. Feel your heart pound. Excuse me. All races, one love and harmony. The savannah, the stage as they cross. It's gladness, it's madness, it's time to celebrate. All shapes and sizes running in the street. They can't wait for the celebration. All you come and see this Mass. Trinidad and Tobago is culture, is love and unity. Together we aspire, together we achieve. One love, one voice, one destiny. So this is the true culture, true culture of Trinidad and Tobago Mass. So let me just give a description of what, just as what was shown before with the different pictures and stuff. Let me tell you something. When you see Juve come, people hitting the streets, Juve is like a whole different atmosphere of people coming together just to chip and enjoy themselves. So normally, long ago, Juve normally would start after we have a show called the March Gras. The March Gras was a highlight of all contestant soca music. It is a competition. So most of these soca artists will sing. Most of them will come on stage and they will, perform. And then we have the kings and queens of the bands. The kings and queens of the bands was, they are like the head of a certain band, right? So say like this band named Starlight, they will have like a king and queen for this band called Starlight. So they would come and portray and be on stage and, shake and dance. It's a beautiful, beautiful show, the March Gras. So when the March Gras finished, that is when Juve started. But now, I guess it's because of certain restrictions and stuff and what is going on in this world, in this life, it's going on all over. They decided to start it. I think they started now at 5 because normally as the March Gras finish, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, man, you hit the streets, you put on your short pants, you put on your nice little tube top and you gone, you in front and behind of a truck, you're chipping, you're dancing till morning, till daybreak. You understand? So it really was a nice time. It really was a nice time to fellowship. So the March Gras was Sunday night into Monday morning. So when the March Gras finished, the Juve started. And once the Juve started, it going straight into Monday Mass. Now, Carnival is 2 days, Mondays and Tuesdays, but there is different events, different parties, and all different activities leading up to the greatest show on earth. That's what it's called, the greatest show on earth, right? Which is the Trinidad and Tobago Carnival. So Monday, what the people will do, they will just they will dress up in their costume, but not everybody will put on the whole costume. Sometimes they may just put on a piece of the costume, right? And it's the same thing, chipping behind a truck in the hot sun. Now, your foot, you have to make sure your foot good, because when you see that chipping start, you chipping to the different judging points, right? You're starting from one point and you're ending up you end up in the savannah. That's where the judges are, the main judges are. So when you're crossing that stage, you have to make sure you're on point, because you want to get the marks, you want to win, right? And Mondays was like la-di-da, it had a lot of people dressing up in the costume and stuff, but Tuesday is when everything escalates. Tuesday is the grand show where everybody come out in the costume and they dress up and they have on the beads and all the makeup and everything. So Tuesday is the same procedure, Tuesday, they will go put on the costume. You have to be on time, because normally the bands start moving around. I think could be either 6:30, 7 for the earliest. I'm not sure if it changed, but that is the time they will start to get everybody. So you have to be on time to be in your band. And what will happen is that you will be chipping behind this band at different judging points. So it coming straight down to Independence Square, Port of Spain, which is the capital, Independence Square. You're marching through the streets, and you have to make sure that you're on point. On point meaning your costume is on. You're making sure that you do what is required, because you want to win, right? But it's also, so when they do the different judging points, the savannah, they reach to the savannah, it's the same thing like with what they do on Mondays, Carnival Monday, but Carnival Tuesday is more of the grand, the grand finale. So you cross the stage, and when you're crossing the stage, that's where people break away. People break away and they dance and they jump and they enjoy themselves, right? When all of that is over, we have something called the last lap. Last lap is, there's a place we call St. James. Normally it takes place in St. James, but normally it's just the wrap up of everything of Carnival, right? So people will just follow the band. Anybody, it could be anybody this time, because when it's the mass, it's mass. You cannot be in the bands jumping with these people, because they have security and security will pull you out. But when it's last lap, anything is anything. Anything goes. So it really is a fun atmosphere. I remember taking part in it, and I did it when I was about 21 years old. I say, never me again, because when I done my legs straight out, I couldn't bend my toes. I couldn't do anything. You understand? So I had to, really soak my feet because it was so painful. You know what it is to be on your feet straight through from sun up till late evening, But this is really my reflection on Carnival and what it means and what it's about. And I think after that is finished, I think the next weekend, they have like a show for all the stars, meaning all the people that win. The kings, the queens, the soca artists, the steel pan, everything. They put on one show for all the winners, So that will be like the final, you could say the final thing. And a lot of tourists come to Trinidad and Tobago for Carnival, just like what is going to happen next month. I think it's around the 13th or the 14th. So tourists galore, parties. The atmosphere has been nice. It's a nice atmosphere, but you just be safe, and cautious of where you're going and who you're going with. right? So this was a little depiction. This is my little show of what Carnival and what culture I'm from, Trinidad and Tobago. So whenever you get time, you could always look up Trinidad and Tobago Carnival. There is a lot of videos, a lot of history on it, and you can see what it's about from back then till now. And it's a great, great, interesting thing to view and to enjoy. So with this, I see the time is almost wrapping up time. And the time flies so fast when you're having fun, huh? But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed it and hoping and wishing for you to have a good Saturday and a good weekend. All right, so enjoy. Take care. Goodbye.